number 9、9番目。お子さんは何を飲み込んだんですか？
What did your child swallow?
お子さんは何を飲み込んだんですか？
And that's not oka-san, it's
お
oko.
子さん。
Oko-san. And it's not oko-san, it's
お
oko-san.
子さん。お子さん。お子さん。Right.
That can apply to boy or girl.
Yeah, little kid.
Right.
Any gender. お子さん。Right. But again, this お子さん you cannot use to refer your own child. It's
Right.
somebody else's. お子さん。Okay. Let's see. Number 10. 10番目。子供がコインを飲み込んでしまったんです。
My child swallowed a coin.
子供がコインを飲み込んでしまったんです。
My child swallowed a coin.
See? Now we are saying 子供 because you're referring your own.
Your own.
はい。And number 11. 11番目。子供が金魚を飲み込んでしまったんです。
My child swallowed a goldfish.
Okay, so now you know which one is goldfish. 子供が金魚を飲み込んでしまったんです。
My child swallowed a goldfish.
はい。Alright. Number 12. 12番目。子供が鍵を飲み込んでしまったんです。
My child swallowed my keys.
子供が鍵を飲み込んでしまったんです。はい。Next, number 13. はい。13番目。食中毒になったかもしれません。
I think I have food poisoning.
食中毒になったかもしれません。
I think I have food poisoning.
14番目、number 14。犬に噛まれました。
I was bitten by a dog.
犬に噛まれました。
I was bitten by a dog.
Number 15、15番目。猫に噛まれました。
I was bitten by a cat.
猫に噛まれました。Number 16、16番目。イノシシに噛まれました。
I was bitten by a wild boar.
イノシシに噛まれました。
I was bitten by a wild boar.
17番目、number 17。近所の人に噛まれました。
I was bitten by my neighbor.
近所の人に噛まれました。
I was bitten by my neighbor. Not my neighbor Totoro.
近所の人 my neighbor、18番目、number 18、let's see、近所の人が私の子供に噛まれました。
My neighbor was bitten by my child.
That was a literal translation, but I would say、私の子供が近所の人を噛んでしまいました。Because you guys use passive form, right? Was bitten by my...
We're going to run out of time. So.
Oh, okay. But I would say 私の子供が近所の人を噛んでしまいました。
Okay.
Number 19、19番目。子供が近所の人が飼っている猿に噛まれました。
My child was bitten by my neighbor's monkey.
子供が近所の人が飼っている猿に噛まれました。
My child was bitten by my neighbor's monkey.
Last one, 20, number 20, 20番目。うちの猿がうちのアライグマに噛まれました。
My monkey was bitten by my raccoon.
うちの猿がうちのアライグマに噛まれました。
My monkey was bitten by my raccoon. All right, to celebrate the 20th episode of our HD videos, we're going to put the show notes for this on Facebook, facebook.com/JapanCast.
Cool.
for everybody. So up next, JapanCast mailbag. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed some of those useful and not so useful medical phrases. The last couple there, maybe if you're taking Japanese currently, memorize those and take that into your Japanese class and use that. I'm sure your teacher will be impressed. So we have a few emails this week. First up from Jennifer, the mother of an otaku. She says, I love your program and I'm excited about trying out your new app for the iPad. Are there any plans to attach a meaning to each kanji? Right now, no. Mainly because when we started this, the idea was to teach people writing in stroke order, the appropriate stroke order. There is an API for connecting up to Jim Breen's dictionary. I'm not sure how much work it would take to do that. So right now it's really a writing app. Plus the other idea was that we also sell this in Japan for kids who need to learn how to write to practice, and they know the meaning already, so it wasn't really the focus of getting this out. But be cool eventually. I mean, yeah, we'd love to grow the app. Right now we got to get the additional levels of kanji put together, and that's a lot of work, so we'll do that. Dante writes in, hello, I was wondering if there's a standard definition version of your JapanCast podcast. I ask this because I would very much like to have this podcast playable on my iPod Nano instead of my computer, since I'm not always at my computer. Yeah, I know. Right now, no. We're just doing the HD video. We started doing audio because some people ask, although I might not do it much anymore, only because the audience of the HD videos are a couple 100,000, and the audio version is only a couple of hundred. And I don't want to fragment the audience too much. Again, going back to trying to get advertisers to help cover the cost of this. If you fragment the audience, then we got to do surveys for how many people are watching standard def video, how many people are watching HD video, and what version do we need to do, and all that. So right now I'm not really planning on it. And my understanding is too, the new versions of the Nanos don't play video. The new little square ones. Is that the Nano?
I don't know.
No, that's the clip one. What's the littlest one?
I don't know.
But anyway, not right now. Maybe in the future. Again, it's one of those things, if we get sponsored and we can afford to put more time into this, more computer power into it, maybe we could. Right now we're using my Fusion Digital Productions equipment to process and edit and all that stuff. So there's no JapanCast equipment. Finally, a very nice email from Sal. He says, I recently began listening to JapanCast.net via the iTunes podcast. I'm 28 years old and live in Austin, Texas. Don't mess with Texas. I'm saying that, not him.
Oh. Yeah.
I had an interest in the Japanese language since I first saw Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z as a child. I have been an avid viewer of anime since then, watching shows such as Ranma, Naruto, Bleach, and others. About a year ago, I finally set my mind on learning Japanese so that I could enjoy episodes of Naruto and Bleach in Japanese. I also wanted to learn Japanese so that I would be able to have a conversation with Japanese women in my area. I know what you're saying. I have always found that Japanese women are very beautiful, and I would like to impress them by speaking their native language. And I think that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
So again, it goes back to JapanCast friends too.
Ah, yeah.
Plenty. In fact, they have groups on there now that you can join. There are groups like Japanese girls who like this type of men.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've actually broken out. Like, there's cosplay groups. There's groups of, Japanese girls who like German.
Oh.
So you can actually join that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
So anyway, I set a goal of listening to every single JapanCast.net podcast ever broadcast since you first began.
すごい.
I'm surprised that you're not in the nut house at this point. Over the last month, I've accomplished that goal listening to hours and hours of your podcast back to back. I listened to the podcast as I drove to and from work and in other spare moments throughout the day. It was an interesting challenge, and it almost felt like I was watching the podcast grow right before my eyes. I heard every episode from the ones performed with an old Radio Shack mic to the current video podcast, and a much nicer mic in studio. I have learned a lot since I began listening, and I've enjoyed your great presentation style. I've enjoyed every minute of it, from Hitomi-san's wonderful laugh and enthusiasm to Paul-san's battle with the cold French toast. Oh, you Samui French toast! Maybe we need to make a t-shirt that says Samui French toast.
That's a great idea.
I just wanted to let you know, or wanted you to know, that I appreciate your hard work, and I'm glad you're still here doing the podcast. I know it was tough at times. I hope you will be able to speak, email, and interact more with you as I continue my studies in Japanese with JapanCast.net. Needless to say, I will be listening. Thanks, Sal.
Aww.
And if you guys want to follow Sal on Twitter, he is Sal D. Cyan. And yes, it's a reference to Dragon Ball Z. So Sal D. Cyan at Twitter. So thank you, Sal. We appreciate all of you guys' emails. You can send them to hitomi@japancast.net, and we'll feature them in a future show. I thought that was such an awesome... Sal is a glutton for punishment, listening to all of what we have to say. Oh, I wouldn't listen to what we have to say, and I'm one of us.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Very nice.
All
right, so again, take our survey, goo.gl/R1XA, R1XA, all capitals, and that will really help us a lot. Anything you had to add? You have to go off and teach a lesson right now. Yes. So thank you guys for your donations and support. We'll see you again soon.
はい。じゃあまたね。